Hey, what's up, everybody? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. Coming to you on WODU Studios, the best in college radio. I'm your host, Brendan Abbott, with my two co-hosts. To my left, Rashad Pennell, and to my right, Khalid Lewis. And we also have a special guest today, Tamara Alexis. Say hi to everybody, Tamara. Let them know how you feeling.
Everybody, I'm good. How are y'all?
Hopefully everybody's good. You know what I mean? We're good, you guys. Guys, how y'all feeling? You know what I mean? It's like bright and early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Rashad's out here looking all snippy in his pea coat and everything. His collar popping. Rashad always got some upset. You know what I mean? Like, you notice that Rashad never come in here happy. It's always something.
Let me tell y'all.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you. So you know how I'm on the bodybuilder thing right now, right? So you know how the meal prep thing go, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm thinking I'm meal prepping by 9 o'clock. It's gonna be smooth. I'm gonna be asleep by 10. Wrong. 2 o'clock in the morning. Woke up at 5 to go to work, man. I'm in here. I made it because I'm ready for the sports talk though.
Bro, you woke up at 5?
Woke up at 5. It's early, and then I had to eat those eggs. This was rough.
This man said I don't do the raw eggs, bro, or the scrambled eggs. Yeah, boiled.
Straight gains, bro.
Yeah, gains for days. But y'all, let's get into the sports talk, man. Like Rashad said, we're gonna be talking about a whole different slew of topics. From Cam Newton's response to his critics about his post-game interview and just how the whole Super Bowl game went as a whole, to talking about how Blake Griffin got suspended 4 games for punching his man in the face repeatedly. 4 games out for the Clippers. So we'll get into that. And also talking about a developing story that's been continuous for the past couple of weeks is Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel just always, it seems like for the past month or so, it's just been constant issues for Johnny Manziel. And, nobody's really known what's going on with him. And then ESPN has recently has been doing this NBA all-time list that they've been making. And recently they released the best players 6 through 10. And it's funny because nowhere on this list has we seen LeBron James. Yeah. So one can only assume, hey,
I saved it.
The top 5.
That they're reckless. Okay, but yeah, we'll get into all that. But yeah, starting off with Cam Newton. Cam Newton's received a lot of flack for how he handled his post-game press conference after the Super Bowl loss they faced to the Broncos, the 24-10 loss. And he initially got up out of the post-game press conference because citing that Chris Harris Jr. was in the same room as him. And Chris Harris Jr. also has even came out and said yesterday that the way the media set up the press conferences were wrong. Bad. Yeah, because they shouldn't have been in the same room for them to be of earshot within one another. Cam Newton should not have been able to hear what Chris Harris was saying, but he heard everything, and then eventually he got up and left. So when talking to the media yesterday, following the day where they clean out their lockers and everything, Cam had this to say: "I've been on record to say I'm a sore loser. Who likes to lose? You show me a good loser, I'm going to show you a loser. It's not a popularity contest. I'm here to win football games." Newton also said, "If I offended anyone, that's cool." And he added, "But I know who I am. I'm not about to conform nor bend for anybody's expectations because your or anybody else's expectations will never exceed mine." Guys, what do y'all think about what Newton had to say? Evidently he's unapologetic for how he handled the post-game press conference. So, guys, how do you guys think and ladies, how do you think he handled the post-game press conference? Khalid, let me hear what you have to say. What do you think?
My man's Cam Newton has a point. He said there aren't any, like, they're sore losers. Like, show me a good loser and he'll show you a loser. The man just lost the Super Bowl game after being basically the best team in the whole NFL and coming to a point where the defense just destroys your team. And I know it just really hurt somebody, especially at the Super Bowl. The man believed that he was going to win. He was the face of the league and the league's MVP. And the man, he just hurt. I was hurt for him. Like, the defense just destroyed all his offense, and it just completely stopped him. And after that game, I wouldn't want to say anything to anybody as well. I would be quiet, and I'd be standoffish. I think that they should have gave it a little bit of time before they talked to him about the game, and especially having Chris Harris in the other room talking about the Denver's game plan and all that stuff. It also this also playing to his like how he just lost, and it's just crushing him from the inside. It's definitely it was like an emotional punch for him, and it's just Cam Newton, the man. You can't expect that man to be, like like you said, like Peyton Manning a couple years back when he lost.
Let me get to Rashad. Rashad, what do you think?
My man's Cam been all up in some talks and some sports football talk. Always something he do wrong. But actually, I have a list of people who has some media stuff.
I don't see the paper.
Where is the paper?
Hey, it's all up here.
It's all,
here we go.
Ready.
Before I go into this list, I do want to make a point. I saw on Twitter, some analysts, I can't remember his name, was talking about if that was Brett Favre and he walked off, everybody had been like, "Oh, he's such a competitor. He hates losing. He don't want to talk about losing. He's such a competitor." But then as soon as I see that, I see somebody saying he lost all his immunity in the game. That's why he didn't want to talk because that's how bad he is and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, so we see how the generation goes now.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go to that. So let me give you guys a couple of people who's had some like media walk-offs that wasn't as big as this.
Mm-hmm.
We got Marshawn Lynch, who made commercials and stuff out of it. We had Allen Iverson with his infamous practice.
True.
Nothing but practice.
Nothing but practice.
We had Russell Westbrook with his "y'all tripping" and walk off. That's it. That's it. What? Yeah. Y'all tripping? I'm out.
Yeah.
But none of them say, "Oh, they're bad players" because they didn't talk to the media about this. They didn't want to do this. They want to discuss what they want to discuss. So why does Cam get blasted for what he do? Which is why I still don't understand. Is it because of how this season went? Because of how they felt he was unsportsmanlike, showboating all season? But you gotta think about that's how Iverson was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So how can we look at it something like that, and you look at a star like that too, and nothing affects him as well? Like it didn't downgrade his career. Yeah, we was like, well, he clearly don't go to practice. He hates practice. All he wants to win. But it's when it comes to Cam Newton, it's he's a sore loser. He's a bad player. He doesn't have like moral anything. It's just random stuff you hear. Like I just hear random stuff. So with that saying, I feel him because like I said, when we lost state, I didn't want to say a word. I didn't want to speak to nobody. I just want to get in the bus and walk off, drive off. But I didn't have the luxury of having all like 100 cameras in my face trying to hear what I gotta say. I mean, I still probably wouldn't have said nothing. I'm like, yo, we lost.
Yeah.
That's it. Go talk to Gay City. then I'm out. So you know what I'm
saying? Well, Tamara, what do you think about Newton's response to?
I think this is Cam Newton's job. He gets paid to do this. So, he's going to be upset about it. And to piggyback off of what you said, it's the world we live in. Everybody nitpicks on everybody. So Cam Newton will be back. He knows he has to work on. His attitude is one of them. So
yeah,
he'll do better.
Yeah, that's a good point because I when he said what makes everybody else's way right, because he also went on to say that like what makes other people's like the way, because it's hella older players, media people now telling him, oh well, you should have sat through the whole press conference, and he's sitting there saying, what makes what y'all say right and what I'm doing wrong? Mm-hmm. Like, what makes it right that Peyton Manning sits there and can give a post-game press conference for however long, but then I went and congratulated Peyton Manning at the end of this game, but then when Peyton Manning lost, when they lost to the Saints, he didn't want to sit through the post-game press conference. He didn't want to congratulate any of the Saints players. He walked off. So how much of that plays a part? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how much of that is highlighted by the media? None of that ever gets enlightened by the media. It kind of just goes under the radar per se. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't put on display until yesterday, honestly. Until yesterday, where I heard Skip Bayless actually acknowledge the fact that Peyton walked off against Drew Brees, and then after he threw the interception to Tracy Porter and they lost that Super Bowl, he didn't really sit there and congratulate the Saints. But Cam Newton at least ran across the field to go seek out Peyton and congratulate him on his, on the Super Bowl win. And I don't agree with you getting up to leave while you're in a post-game press conference. I mean, the rest of your teammates sat there and they answered all the questions, and you are the leader of that team. But in the same sense, I don't think he should be getting criticized. I think he gets criticized so heavily because of the celebratory acts he did throughout the season. You know what I mean? Because of him dabbing and because of him, doing the pipe it up dances, that people felt the need to, kind of come at him in a way. And I don't. Do y'all agree with his quote saying that if you can find me a good loser, then I'll show you a loser? Do y'all agree with that quote?
Yeah. See, yeah. I mean, I'm not a good. You already know. You already know, bro.
I know.
Anything we do, if I'm losing, bro, I'm heated. I'm heated. I ain't never gonna be like, yeah, bro, you're great.
I grabbed the mic.
He was
passionate.
I know you remember when I was playing that FIFA game. It did. And then that dude scored in the 90th minute, bro. I was like, you're great. You're great. Because I was heated. He was just laughing.
I mean, we'll definitely give you your props, but we're going to definitely be salty, too.
I ain't giving no.
Be hurt.
I said that in a sarcastic way because I got robbed. I ain't giving nobody their props.
Exactly.
There is no such thing as a good loser. If you can handle losing, like he said, you're a loser.
Yeah.
You're used to losing.
Oh, my God.
There's no such thing as a good loser. It's only winners out here. Only winners.
All we do is win.
Oh, I feel you. So, Khaled, I'm guessing you agree?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's funny. Tamara, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. A loss is a loss. Is really not either way.
So, okay, I have a question.
If he was happy about it, they would have said something about that. So,
yeah, you have a point. So, what makes somebody a good loser? Is it a good loser, a person that gets politically correct answers in losing?
Maybe a good loser is somebody who's just not showing his emotion about losing and just being professional about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's majority.
So is Peyton Manning a good loser?
I don't know.
No, nobody's a good loser.
Rashad's really
nobody's a good loser
because he has personal feelings about this.
There's no such thing as a good loser.
Yeah, I see. You're really feeling the love in this topic. Like I when it comes to feeling like a good loser kind of thing, because to me it's Peyton gives all the right answers to everybody. Peyton's like the picture perfect guy you want in your franchise, doing all the right stuff. Yeah, saying all the right things. So, I mean, would that make him a good loser? Is LeBron James a good loser?
No. Out of everybody. Hold on. You're gonna say LeBron?
Is LeBron a good loser?
He went into his
LeBron James. Man, it don't matter. I'm the best player in the world. Bruh, but you lost, cuz. So what you mean you the best player? I'm the best player in the world. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. I'm still living my life. Nah, yo, you lost.
Right.
Yo, stop being salty. If you're a good loser, stop being salty. Because if you're a good loser, technically you are a loser. LeBron, stop losing.
Come on, bro.
I mean, the man
got you ring. Hold on, he can't control that though.
Why can't you control it?
Because he got people around him that aren't as good as him.
And he's mad when he lose.
Okay.
He's not like, well, my team suck. Let's try again next year. He's like, man, we could have won this with this team, but we lost. Man, I'm mad that we lost. I'm leaving Cleveland. I'm going to Miami. I need to win there. I can't win there. I'm coming back to Cleveland. Like, yo,
stop.
There's no such thing as a good loser.
Oh my God. Bro, I promise you, I could probably go. I think we could honestly pull up like a list of guys that have been
here's your one list. There's only one group of people who's a good loser. And that was that 0-16 Detroit Lions. So it's like, well, maybe next game we can win.
Oh, that's why Calvin Johnson retired. Huh?
Yeah. See, Calvin Johnson was like, man, y'all satisfied with losing? Not me. Oh, and the Philadelphia 76ers, except Michael Carter Williams. He was depressed.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't a good loser.
Yeah, man. He was not a good.
Jaleel Okafor, he's just speeding on the bridges and everything. He's good. He's like, I don't care if I lose. I'm getting paid.
Oh my God.
Man's having fun.
How about I gotta think of another guy. Is Russell Wilson a good loser?
Man, said LeBron though.
Is Russell Wilson a good loser? That's.
Well, guys, we lost this game, but it's a moral victory for us. Our defense played a little better. I passed the ball a little better. We'll get it next time.
Is that your Russell Wilson?
That's my Russell Wilson.
Oh,
even when he loses, he wins.
He got Sierra, so I mean, he is winning whenever
he's a different kind of breed of athlete. I don't know what you call
a different kind of breed of athlete. Wait, hold on a second. What does that even mean?
He's a friendly dude.
What? Makes it a whole nother breed.
It's all about having fun, guys. That's Russell Wilson.
A friendly guy.
He's a friendly athlete.
Rashad,
No,
what
no,
does
no.
that even
That's
mean?
exactly what it means.
No, wait, hold
What?
on.
No,
Rashad,
no.
I can't let you get away.
This is the one dude who tucks his
Elaborate.
shirt in practice.
So
No, you have no shoulder pads on. You're in a t-shirt and shirt. You tuck it in.
let that man live.
You tuck it in.
Let
No,
that man live.
What's wrong?
That makes him a nice guy.
Well,
you know what I'm
well-
saying? Being like,
no, it's not wrong being a nice guy, but it's Russell Wilson is the nice guy. It's a
What's that
different.
got to
It's
do
a
with
different level. He's in his own breed, though. See, he's his own. He's his own
He has to stay that way.
category. There's no Russell Wilsons in the league other than Russell
What do you
Wilson.
read?
That's it.
I really don't know.
I'm weak.
I agree he's a different breed, but I think that that's good. It's a good thing. It's not working against him.
He's nice.
I'm kind of wondering, like, so
Stuff on that.
I just can't even like get because I really feel like you're just coming for Russell Wilson right now because bro,
Everything is a moral victory to Russell Wilson.
no,
They
how?
lost in the playoffs. We'll get it next year. I saw what we did wrong, but it's okay because we still have this team.
But we heard
So he has a
we've
positive.
heard
outlook.
other players say that.
No, not to the extent that he do it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Every loss.
Yeah, you got some of Russell Wilson.
You brought him up, so I gave you.
And
I explained. He's the only
you're
good
picking up
loser.
what I put up.
He's the only good loser I've ever met.
Uh-huh.
You said what?
He's the
some
only
type of way
good
about
loser
it.
I ever met.
Only good loser.
Him and Scalabrine.
So they are good losers.
Because Scalabrine is the most popular
He said
player who
Scalabrine.
played in the league, so it doesn't matter. A loss is a win for him because everybody's Scalabrine. I'm just saying, man. There's no good losers other than Russell Wilson.
Okay, so
Other than Russell
than
Wilson.
but what is it about Russell? Because I mean, I've heard other players say, "Oh, well, we'll get it next year. We'll be back." Joe Flacco.
Every game.
I've
Every time they lose, it's not even like it hurt him.
But that's what they show you. You don't know how he is behind closed doors.
You're right, but what he shows the media is what we see,
Exactly.
what we judge on
And that's a
people.
good thing, though, for him.
You're right, because
Mhm.
like as we see, like Cam Newton basically is that guy who outside the media is a real good guy,
Mhm.
But in the media, he's this and that, he's this and that.
That's because
Right.
Cam
We
Newton
gotta go
is
with what
real.
the media see. I mean, we know what Cam Newton is. The media
Yeah.
just hates him.
Mhm.
yeah.
Kind of like how Marcus Spears hates Malcolm on 2K. People just hate certain people, and the media hates Cam Newton.
I don't know if the media hates him.
Mm-mm.
Y'all think the media hates
No,
Cam
no,
Newton?
no, 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 no,
Have you
no,
seen
no.
how?
I think he just gets flagged because because he celebrates in a different way that they'll understand.
I think I agree with that. I think that his celebration, like how he said, I embrace my roots and the dancing and the thing. Because we saw this with Chad Ochocinco. We saw it with Terrell Owens, who were on Mike and Mike this morning, actually.
Shout out to my man T.O.'s, one of the greatest Cowboys of all time.
Yes. And we heard them even talk about if they were in this age of social media, they would have been able to vocalize their points more, in which they feel like they didn't get to do it in their careers because everything at their point in time when they came up as players was through the media. Whereas you got players like Cam Newton now that can go around the media. Like they got the Players Tribune now. Players, that's the media outlet for players to come out and say what they want to say. That's where Kobe Bryant announced his retirement through the Players Tribune. So now with this age of social media, I feel like a lot of players, you can actually put yourself out there a lot more. We see Stephen Curry's really active on social media. So I don't know if I don't think the media hates him, but I feel like there were people that were waiting for Cam to lose.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I
course.
feel like we went into the Super Bowl with people that wanted Peyton to win, that wanted Cam to win, but then I feel like there were people that wanted Cam to lose. I don't think people really wanted Peyton to
That's
lose
what you
because
said,
it was like Peyton's last ride kind of thing. Like everybody's essentially assuming he's going to retire. But I feel as though there was really nobody that was like, if you either wanted Peyton to lose for the most part, you wanted Cam to win, or you just wanted Cam to lose. You didn't even want Cam to lose out of hoping Peyton got another ring. You just wanted Cam to lose.
You said it before. You was like that some people wanted Cam to lose more than they want the Broncos to win.
Yeah, and that's you know what I mean. Like there was like I've seen stuff on Twitter that that you see stuff that people say like, and it's like passive aggressive. Like when you see Bill Romanowski, a former Denver Bronco, you see stuff he says about calling Cam a boy and things like no grown man should be called a boy.
Nah.
I don't care how old you are. Cam may be seen as a kid, an older audience. Like Wade Phillips is an old dude. He's gonna see Cam as a kid, but yeah, he's not no boy. He pays his own bills.
Boy.
He takes care of his own family.
Man.
He has a kid. I'm not having a kid makes you a man, but essentially he's taking care of his own family. He's doing what he has to do day in and day. He's taking care of other people's kids, do charities, and calling somebody a boy.
There's only one dude in the league can call other people boy.
Oh my god.
Oh, not in the league no more.
Yeah.
I know
Marshawn Lynch.
I know
I want to call a little boy.
Yeah, I knew exactly who he was going to hold, but wait on it. But yeah, guys, we're gonna move on to the next topic and actually shift gears to the NBA, where yesterday news came down that Blake Griffin was handed a 4-game suspension for his incident for punching a team staff member and breaking his hand, and he already had missed a couple of games with a torn quadricep. This is what blows me. Okay, so Griffin, through this suspension, this is how much money he's gonna lose: $859,442 from his season salary of $18,907,725. So essentially, it's like an ant bite to him. I mean, that's a lot of money. Yeah, but I'm saying out of an $18 million salary, essentially $19 million.
My man just lost every pair of Jordan.
Oh, every pair.
Come on.
Oh, I guess.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
He lost every pair of Jordan because this is how the money gonna add up.
Go ahead.
He lost 2 Lamborghinis, and he lost what's the name? The electricity on his light. I mean, the electricity on his house for the year. For all his holes. I'm just saying.
My man has 17 million.
LA, the taxes are real.
That's what $800,000 do.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He has a hell of money. So, but I mean, the LA taxes are real. LA
That's
taxes aren't no joke. But
I drove through LA and got broke, bro.
He said he drove through LA.
LA got broke.
Like, bro, it's $10.
Chill.
Come on, man. But so far, the Clippers have proven to be 18-4 without Griffin, and so now people are asking the question: are they better without Blake Griffin? So guys, what do you think? What do you guys think about the suspension? Was it just or fair? And do you think they're actually better without Blake? Rashad, we'll start with you. What do you think?
Starting off with me. So the suspension, punching the dude.
Then he repeatedly punched.
I like to say he got suspended 1 game for each punch he threw. That's what I like to say. They was like, that's one too many punches there. We got suspended each time you throw it. So his suspension. The team may look better without him on the court, but at the same time, it's not. Because you're taking away an all-star player, the big man that actually is a big man for Chris Paul. Because DeAndre Jordan is just a rebounder and a dunker. He's like an upgraded version of Reggie Evans. So
come on, that's disrespectful.
So losing Blake Griffin hurts. But at the same time, I don't understand what's going on in the team. Some teams play better without players, but sometimes in the long run, you're gonna need in the playoffs, you're gonna need Blake Griffin. So the thing that this team will do better without him is completely false. For whoever reporter thinks that, get fired. So the suspension, I think.
Get fired.
Because
get fired. He just told a guy to go quit. Like
no, he told him to get fired.
Get fired. Like I don't even know how to process it. Like he told me to get fired. I'm like, so what do I have to do? Like I can just quit. But,
no, don't quit. Get fired. You want to get fired so other people don't want you. That's what they gotta be. So back to this Blake Griffin thing. I think the suspension was fair. It was within the team organization. It wasn't like LaShawn McCoy incident. Where we don't know what's happening to him. It was within the team organization. He broke his hand. He's out longer for that too. He's just. I don't know what to say about this man.
Well, you don't know what to say. Let's see what Khaled got to say. Khaled, what you got to say?
That was a good segue. I think the punishment was fair. Like Rashad said, a game for every punch. That's kind of funny. It was in the staff. It was in the Clippers organization. So I definitely think that the punishment was fair for that. One thing that Doc Rivers and owner Stephen Ballmer said, he said that they want to show that they don't tolerate that kind of that type of behavior in this league, or that's not tolerated. I was like, if they gonna say that, then would they give him more time? But I think this is very strategic on their hand. Like Rashad was saying, that they don't essentially play better without Blake Griffin, or they actually need Blake Griffin. My man was getting off of a quad tricep tendon, injury from December or whatever. So he was basically almost healthy enough to play, and then he got suspended 4 games. So he still has to go through therapy for the broken hand, get that done.
Yeah.
And as soon as he's healthy enough or is cleared to play, he gets a 4-game. He gets sit out for 4 games.
Yeah.
So essentially, this man is resting.
Before you go, let me get to Tamara. So go ahead.
This man is essentially resting for a very, very long time. So in late season, when it essentially matters, when you're trying to find your spot for the playoffs, you have a very healthy Blake Griffin who's been sitting out a long time, who's getting off this suspension and off of 2 injuries. So I think this might have been a slightly strategic play by the Clippers organization.
Tamara, what do you think?
Excuse me. The suspension, if they didn't do anything, I would have been like, well, what's going on? It's not a good look for the organization if they didn't suspend him. I think the team's doing a good job playing without him. People are questioning now, are they better without Griffin? So I think they're doing good with that. I won't say if they're better or not, but
okay.
I agree.
So for the question I got for y'all, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, because we can't all just be agreeing. That's no fun. But but this is honestly a serious question. So in this new small ball NBA, does Blake Griffin really fit? Because think about it, Blake Griffin isn't a rim protector. He's not, he doesn't really adjust anybody's shot. Blake Griffin he doesn't shoot threes like that effectively. So think about it this way. Like, what does he really do? Because DeAndre Jordan at least protects the rim, and he's a great rebounder. Blake Griffin's a great rebounder. He can score in the post, and he's a good playmaker. He's definitely a great passer. He can pass the ball as a big man. But with the big man that can't protect, because at least Draymond Green for the Warriors, he somehow, I don't know how he does it. He's listed at 6'7". I think he's 6'6" or something, but he still protects the rim even when Andrew Bogut or Festus Ezeli isn't in the game. But when Blake Griffin is in the game and you take out DeAndre Jordan, they can't protect the rim. So against a team like the Warriors, when they go small ball, Blake Griffin's kind of like a hindrance in a sense, in some shape, way, or fashion. Even though not say DeAndre Jordan isn't, because the man shoots below freaking 40% from the free throw line. Get your free throws, man. Get your free throws. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man's an anchor.
Yeah, like. But the point of the matter is, when you can put Chris Paul and with a whole bunch of 3-point shooters around him, and you let him operate with DeAndre Jordan, who can catch lobs from Mars, could that be a better remedy for a playoff run for a team when they go up against a team like the Thunder, a team like the Warriors, who's like the standard bearer of the Western Conference right now? Do y'all think that could be better suited for them?
No, let me tell you. I got you. Y'all, you can always count on me.
Okay.
So
always count on the shot.
Blake Griffin still do fit because, one, he runs the fourth a lot faster than DeAndre Jordan do. He can recover a lot quicker, especially against his fastball where it's all up tempo. As you noted, Oklahoma City is averaging a shot per 6 seconds. Golden State's like per 9 seconds. You need someone to get up the court in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
DeAndre Jordan ain't doing that. Every possession. Let me say that. He might get it 1 or 2 times. Like, let me hustle this time. But every time, no. Blake Griffin gets that. And see, with him as well, when you run the fast break, you still have that threat for him running the court for an alley-oop on a smaller defender. So he does fit. He's not as good as a rim protector, like you said. I agree with you. But at the same time, you don't really, when you play small ball, it's not meaning that it's not like a lot of post moves anyway. It's more so just grabbing rebounds. And that just comes from hustle. Because when you play small ball team, they're just crashing the boards hard. Yeah, like people crashing, and then as soon as you crash, you got that 2K still coming. As soon as you catch it, people come from behind you, knocking it out quick. That happens. That happens in the league all the time, especially with playing against the Warriors. So Blake Griffin is I think he's the best option for the small ball that the Clippers have. I definitely have him in over DeAndre Jordan, especially because DeAndre Jordan can't shoot, can't do nothing. But
that's the same thing.
Yeah, see, like
versatile players like that,
especially late game. Yeah, you definitely rely more on Griffin than DeAndre Jordan.
So you both agree that you need Blake Griffin in the playoff run?
Of course.
He does too much.
That's true, because without Blake Griffin, Chris Paul's usage rate skies.
Yeah.
Chris Paul's gonna be exhausted. Like,
man, it's a team.
And that man, when we get to this all-time list, It's the last topic, yo. I'm telling you, it gets his all-time list where Chris Paul is ranked.
Bro.
You know what? I will. You know what? I will. So we're gonna go on to Johnny Manziel now. So I want to get to his all-time list, but we'll go to Johnny Manziel, who is no surprise. He hasn't been throwing it up recently. I can't throw that up because he hasn't been throwing it up recently. He's been going like this. He's been losing the money, but recently, man, for anybody who's even followed the NFL, you just know that there's been a whole lot of problems with Johnny Manziel. He's been going through a whole lot of issues with issues from what we heard back in about a few months ago was him in the dashboard cam with the police car when he got pulled over with him and his ex-girlfriend, to now we hear about him and his ex-girlfriend getting into a confrontation, and in a confrontation that allegedly she had a ruptured eardrum from the confrontation actually. And this was what'd you say?
She still can't hear out of it.
Yeah, and this was from a confrontation that happened on January 29th. And he hasn't been a reliable quarterback for the Browns in recent time. And then now the report comes out yesterday that a team source, somebody close to the team, a source, an unnamed source, and you know, it's half the time these sources are unnamed, but a source told Adam Schefter that Manziel looked terrible when he came into for team meetings. He wasn't drunk, but he was heavily hungover on something. There was something going on there. This is after Manziel was going through the concussion protocol. This is during the time when he was coming in for concussion protocol check-ins, and he complained that he felt lightheaded. He was vomiting and he had terrible headaches. And the source told Adam Schefter this wasn't some massive cover-up. What are you going to do? You have to put him in the protocol. He was not drunk that day, but he was recovering from being on something. I don't know what he was doing the night before, but something was wrong with him. And so, you know, the Browns also released a statement saying Johnny Manziel came to our facility on the morning of December 30th and complained of concussions-like symptoms. He was tested by an independent neurologist and entered the league's concussion protocol. He remained in the protocol until January 12th after being cleared by the independent neurologist.
So we have a caller, Brendan. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
But the caller's online. He says he couldn't call into the studio phone, so he decided to call us personally.
Wow.
This caller really wants to say something.
Okay, what's up, caller? What you got to say?
First of all, I want to see, can y'all hear me? Everybody good in there?
Yeah, he can hear you.
All right, I'm gonna cover quite a couple things. I got a couple bones.
It's an hour show.
First of all, the Blake Griffin thing. The question is, it shouldn't be, do they look better without Blake Griffin? Did they get any worse? And no, they didn't. So to what Brendan was saying, they might want to in off-season explore maybe what they could get for Blake Griffin, because they might be a better team without him. Two, forget Johnny Manziel. Stop talking about him.
Hold on.
Let's move on from the Johnny Manziel stuff. No one cares. He beat his girlfriend. He's a drunk. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, we don't care.
But see,
Come on,
goodness.
See, caller, what you saying that I actually have something to say about both of them. So about Blake Griffin, you're saying that he possibly won't be good enough for the team. But as Brendan just said, the the user rate for Chris Paul basically just went up. Meaning he has to do a lot more now since Blake Griffin is out. So with that happening, why would they be better off without him? That's my question. What is your reason for saying they'd be better off?
Like I said, they got no worse losing Blake Griffin. I could see if they went to a backslide and lost like 10 to 12 games, but they got no worse losing him. My point is that once he comes back, go through the playoffs with him and whatnot, see how it works out. If we have another situation like last year where he absolutely disappeared in that final game against the Rockets, you might want to shop him a little bit and see what you can get. There are teams in the NBA that are willing to sell the entire farm to get Blake Griffin. They will give up an entire team to get Blake Griffin, and that might help that team and that organization out more than keeping DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin on the same team. See what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I understand that, but that's still an all-star player you're trying to get rid of. Yes, he may not show up at times. Yes, he may not, like the series, he may not have showed up. Yeah, the team may do him better, but at the same time, it's not the whole season you're playing without this man. You're only playing a couple games without him. You still can't take away an all-star player from a team and expect the team to be better. It's not like he's taking most of the plays. It's not like the ball's in his hands 25, 35 times a game. You see what I'm saying?
See, it's depending on what you're getting back on your return, though. Yeah, you're getting rid of an all-star player, but what are you getting back on your return? Is the big question. You could get multiple draft picks and 3 or 4 players that make up for his production and can help that team in other ways. They could get more shooters on the perimeter. They could get guys that are solely hustle guys that would help them out against matchups against the Warriors. They could get pure defensive guys. And then with the draft picks, you're getting younger players. So going forward, your franchise will never fall into a slump once DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul, and Blake Griffin all get old and start to suck.
Hold on. Start to suck. But let me ask the caller a question.
You gotta build young. But I gotta move on from that because, like you said, it's an hour-long show, and I gotta get ready to go.
Wait, so I don't even get to ask you your question. Hold on, let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question. I think I might have lost it actually. Oh, I'm hurt. Okay, no, actually. So, if you move away from Blake Griffin, isn't it exactly the same thing we saw with Chris Paul in New Orleans, where he had 3-point shooters around him? He had a big and David West that could shoot the ball and everything, but then his team never got out of the first round.
I mean, you could say that technically, but this is also a better constructed team with a better coach than he had in New Orleans. And I would argue a more mature Chris Paul. And like I said, we don't know what they're going to get on a return for Blake Griffin. Teams do crazy stuff all the time. You can put Blake Griffin out there and a weird team like the Sacramento Kings be like DeMarcus Cousins. It doesn't make any sense to us, but hey.
It did happen with Pau Gasol.
See, I guess the call. I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand a lot of teams probably don't want his contract as well. So with that being said, hey.
You got something to say?
You got something to say, caller?
Yeah, I thought you was gonna say something.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm just trying to move on so y'all can keep on going with the show. I know y'all are about to cover the top 50 list. I got to bring it up a little bit early because I can't talk about it when I go to this class. There's a travesty on this list. That I cannot overlook, and it's not in the top 5. It's actually between 50 and 46. Allen Iverson is ranked number 46 of all time, and number 45 is Paul Pierce. I don't know who did this. Someone gave a strongly worded letter. Allen Iverson came in the league, crossed up Jordan, and put 25 on his head. Allen Iverson led a team with the second best player being Eric Snow to the playoffs, to the finals, and ended Tyronn Lue's career in Game 1. He did Tyronn Lue so dirty, he hasn't been relevant for 15 years.
Come on, bro. Come on. Tyronn Lue's a champion.
I understand, caller. I'm devastated with this list too. I am devastated with this list, and you will see my devastation if you can still tune in.
Oh yeah, and for
all right, y'all have a good rest of the show. I just had to come on and let y'all know my frustration about AI being behind Paul Pierce, which is still blasphemous as I even say that. I thought I would get struck by lightning walking out the room. But I'm gonna come back and watch the rest of the show. Y'all have a great show.
All right, thank you. And for anybody else that wants to call in and join in our debates, the number is 757-683-4405. But yeah, what we were saying about Johnny Manziel, yeah, he's just had all these issues with his ex-girlfriend, and now at this point, he hasn't even. The Browns have said they plan on releasing him once March comes around. So, guys, do you feel like Johnny Manziel at this point has become more trouble than he's worth? Actually, Tamara, let's start off with you. Let's hear what you think first.
I'm gonna go off of what Skip Bayless says. Johnny needs help. Oh, which mic?
You might have to,
I definitely think Johnny needs help. He's causing harm to himself, more than he is the team right now, and that's important. His own mental health, physical health. Mm-hmm. Which mic?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think. I think he needs help. I'm just gonna say that for right now.
Yeah. What do you guys think that any team should pick him up?
No.
You don't think any team should give him a chance?
That's what I'm saying.
She was quick.
He needs some type of stability first.
Mm-hmm.
That's the help I'm talking about. He needs stability. His dad, we did an interview and said,
"Oh yeah."
There was an article about that. He said he doesn't think he's gonna live to his 24th birthday.
Well, we have another caller.
So if your own dad says that,
That is true. That's true. Hey, you're online with KBR Sports. Caller, how may I help you?
Well, hello there, Brendan. How are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Man, I had to call in because I'm hearing your radio show. And I'm like, man, I understand where you guys are coming from with Blake Griffin, but he's still trash. They don't need him.
No, hold on, wait a second.
They don't need him.
See, here's
But you might at one point.
Yeah, you
Exactly. Come on.
You said
You
you
need him
might
in the
need
past.
him.
Yeah.
When it comes to the playoffs, you're gonna need him.
That's an all-star. That's Blake Griffin.
They don't need him. He's garbage. He does too much. He's doing way
he said
too
he
much.
does too much. Wait, how does he do too much?
Like, yeah.
Way too much. He should never have punched his coach. They should fire him
Oh,
on
goodness.
I
principle.
understand that.
They should kick him off the team off principle. You don't need a hot head like that on your squad.
Okay, so
That's kind of
okay,
extreme.
Cole, I got a question for you. So Tyronn Lue just said there was a day in practice when him and Kobe was playing, and Kobe went for a game-winning dunk, and Tyronn Lue sent it off the glass. Kobe was ready to fight him and talk about, let's go, we're about to fight right now and everything like that. So does Kobe deserve to get kicked off the team since he's a hothead? After that, he was like, we're playing one-on-one. Everybody comes in here one-on-one to show I'm the best. So does he deserve to get kicked off for being a hothead?
But Kobe is a different story. He's a hothead,
Oh,
but he's not stupid enough to swing on somebody.
But
Blake
he-
Griffin is just too much of a young buck who just got too much head behind him that he just think he could do whatever because he's been told from a young age that he was nice. Kobe know he nice, but he know the difference between you can't do certain things. Where Blake Griffin don't care. He just feel like he can do whatever. And it's just like, that don't make sense. Like, at the end of the day, you just hurt your team. Plus, you lost all that money being stupid. It's not worth it. They might as well trade for somebody else. Because, honestly, DeAndre does his thing. Chris Paul does his thing. Like, they got too many weapons on their squad where they really don't need him. Switch up. Get your money back from that bum. Switch up. Find somebody in the draft or trade up to get somebody different. He's not worth it.
All right, Tamara, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Okay, so hello.
Yes, it's right.
Okay. Do you think Blake Griffin should be in the NBA? And what team would you put him on?
Is he good in the NBA?
I'm asking you.
Does
Yeah,
he
do you
deserve
think
to be
he
in
should?
the
He
Yeah,
deserves
her,
to be in the
her
NBA?
question is, do you think Blake Griffin deserves to be in the NBA, and what team should he be on if so?
If not the Clippers.
If not the Clippers.
If any team in the league that I feel like Blake Griffin would be okay on, oh man, that's hard. That's real hard for real. Like,
Oh my God.
the Knicks. Nah, I could see him in Madison Square Garden. I could see him running in the Madison Square Garden.
So,
At what position though?
Over the Clippers?
Or the Celtics, yeah, put him at the 5 at the Celtics, or he could stay at the 4 at the Garden. But
You want
Hold on.
too many squads run small ball now. Like, teams are starting to transition from big man game to that small ball game.
hold
Throw him at the 5 in the Garden.
please.
Call him, please.
Did you just say the Boston Celtics and the Knicks over
I would
Chris
love
Paul
to see
and
Griffin
DeAndre
at
Jordan?
the Celtics, though.
Wait,
I would
hold on,
love
wait.
to see him. Like,
Wait, hold on. I need to. What reason does he need to be on the Knicks or the Celtics over the Clippers with Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Doc Rivers? Give me one viable reason.
He'll never win a championship in the Clippers uniform.
But
He'll never win a championship in a Clippers uniform. He need to switch it up. Never. Every year they go to the playoffs and they do nothing. They get knocked out early, or if they get past the second round, they really don't be doing nothing because they can't match up with the big teams in the West. If he wants to chip, his best bet is to come back to the East Coast because none of the teams really on the East Coast really do anything besides Atlanta, Cleveland, and maybe the Wizards every now and then. But other than that, man, you'll never want to chip over there in the West Coast because there's too many stacked teams, and you really not getting past the Warriors. To be honest, for the next 3 years, nobody's getting past the Warriors. So he might as well come to the East Coast, do his thing over here, play big man over here for one of the East Coast teams, and stop worrying about that West Coast nonsense.
He plays at the East Coast and lose. You're talking about teams who struggle to make the playoffs.
Not even get into the playoffs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You name two teams who struggle. I mean, they fight for playoff spots. They have no chance. They have no chance of winning the NBA Finals.
The Knicks aren't even in the playoffs. Right? They're 12th in the East. The The Celtics are vying back eighth and seventh for in the playoff spot. So in what way can him going to the Knicks or the Celtics
be better?
In what way can that team beat the Cavaliers or even the Toronto Raptors, who is second in the East, or even a fully healthy Chicago Bulls team? How?
Oh, I could see him in a Chicago uniform too. No BS. I could see him playing for Chicago as well. Because Chicago predominantly likes big men that work.
But they don't have the money. Money's an issue.
I guess you're saying if they're trading Blake Griffin. Is that what you're saying? They trade him away? But what pieces from Chicago are you going to get back for Blake Griffin if you're the Clippers? From Chicago? If you say Jimmy Butler, say Jimmy Butler, the Bulls will never get rid of Jimmy Butler.
They would never get rid of Butler because he's their guy. He's their guy. There's no way they'll ever get rid of Jimmy Buckets. Ever. He would have to
do not call him Jimmy Buckets. Do not call someone who's averaging 20 points a game Jimmy Buckets. He struggles. Jimmy struggled to get buckets. He's only a defensive player. Don't call him Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Buckets is their best player on their squad, hands down. If anybody on the Bulls struggle, man, you might as well say Dunleavy. He be hurt half the time. Derrick Rose is straight garbage. Joe Kim is okay at best. Like, they really don't have nobody over there but Jimmy Buckets. He single-handedly carries their squad on his back. Like, there's no way that they'll trade him.
I will give you credit that Derrick Rose has regressed in play, and Mike Dunleavy doesn't play consistently enough. But Jimmy Butler he averages 22 points a game, and then the next best player on that team who's shown the most consistency is Pau Gasol. So, but if Blake Griffin went to the Eastern Conference, can you see any team that he goes to that wouldn't have to trade away their star talent that could get him even contend with the Cavaliers? Because there's really no team that can trade away something worthwhile to the Clippers to get back they would still be able to contend with the Cavaliers. Because that's the same thing that happened to the Knicks. The Knicks were a playoff contention team. Then they traded for Melo, and they gave away all their pieces. They gave away Danilo Gallinari. They gave away Wilson Chandler. They gave away Raymond Felton. They gave away all those guys for Melo, and they lost. They regressed to an extent because they gave away all those players. So what team could even take on Blake Griffin and his contract and then still remain a contender in the Eastern Conference? It's a slim list now, huh?
That's a very slim list. How many years left does Griffin have on his contract? 1 or 2?
I think he has about 2 or 3 years left actually on his contract because he signed the extension about 2 seasons ago.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be over there in the Clippers for a little bit because nobody can pay that contract for him. And without giving away their whole entire team, there's no way anybody could do that.
So he's stuck in the West.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. That's terrible. That's terrible. They need to shake up this whole NBA anyway.
They need to shake up the whole NBA now. The whole NBA.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. Like, everybody in it's too set. It's too set. There's no way that the West is not going to really shake up that much. The East just needs a shake up, and it's like they need to give it some big name to move somewhere, and it's not going to happen.
Well, we'll see what we'll see what Kevin Durant actually does this upcoming free agency, because that could be the shake up. Hey. See, we can't get into it because we don't got enough time. But maybe we'll talk about that on future shows. Because, I mean, free agency comes around June, May. So if his team is knocked out of the playoffs, we can get into it. But, Carl, we appreciate having you on. We got to move on to our last topic for the day. But we appreciate you calling in. We appreciate the stuff you said. I'm not going to call it knowledge because you saying Blake Griffin going to the Knicks or Celtics was better than the Clippers with Chris Paul. I can't agree with that. But I can commend you for sticking to your guns. I commend you for it.
Right. I'm just an NBA fan, so I just like to see good games. I don't like to see half this stuff where people just pulling up 50-yard, 60-yard 3 points, and it's all garbage.
This man said yardage. Oh man! All right, thanks, Carl. We appreciate you calling in, man.
No problem.
All right, you have a great day.
You too.
So with Johnny Manziel, I was reading somewhere where.
Oh, it's real quick, yeah.
Real quick. I was reading somewhere where the Browns are getting ready to release him in March.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that? Okay.
Yeah.
So Johnny needs to get on it. If you're listening, Johnny, get on it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Wait, real quick. Let me know, you guys. Do you guys think he's more trouble than his worth? Yay or nay? Just give me a yay or nay. Do you think he's more trouble than he's worth?
Nah, bring him to a good team. He'll win. Give him a better coach.
But he's more trouble.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not. Give him a better coach. He'll be all right.
I mean, but he's still trouble though. You think he moves to a better team with a better coach?
Deion Sanders.
But he's been losing.
You have players who been super troublemakers and went to a better coach and be straightened up. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
Yeah, okay.
Deion Sanders
it's
did
true.
say that he feels like Johnny should go to the Cowboys because Jerry Jones has brought on a lot of troubled players in his past, and they've straightened out. Like, we haven't heard anything about Randy Gregory. We haven't heard. I mean, you can talk about Greg Hardy. You say whatever you want to say about him.
We heard about Greg Hardy since last half of the season. They just,
Yeah, but now they're not talking about not even re-signing him. But we haven't heard anything about Des Bryant really since
his first year.
since his first second year, all that stuff that happened in his past. So maybe Jerry Jones is the guy to get.
No,
Jerry
I'm
Jones.
actually gonna say nay because I think it's definitely too early for Johnny Manziel. He's still trying to adjust to the league and stuff like that. I just think he may need some better tutelage.
Okay.
Yeah, Jerry Jones or Bill Belichick is the way to go.
Yeah, Bill Belichick is a good one too.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the incentive for him to go crazy.
But y'all right. I agree.
Okay. Going on to the last topic, the egregious last topic, the topic that I guys, you know, I would save my piece for this. I'll let everybody else go. Okay. Because Rashad has something to say about this too. I'm pretty sure these two have their own personal feelings to say about it too. Because we're talking about the ESPN released all-time list of great basketball players, the best basketball players of all time. And recently they released the numbers 6 through 10. And number 6 is Larry Bird. Number 7 is Bill Russell. 8, Tim Duncan. 9, Shaq. And 10 is Hakeem Olajuwon.
Somebody missing.
And, you know, we've gone through the list, and there seems to be a player missing. You know, we just can't seem to find the guy. I'm at a loss.
Very high.
You know what I mean? I'm looking through. I'm like, man, I don't see a certain LeBron James on this list. I see Kobe Bryant at 12th, Oscar Robertson at 11th, Jerry West is at 13th. At 14th, let me see. 14th is Julius Erving, and then 15th is Moses Malone. So I'm looking through and I'm like, man, where is LeBron James? So evidently, the NBA, ESPN analysts believe LeBron James is a top 5 player of all time. Of all time. This includes everybody. You know, it's not just current players today. This includes Michael Jordans, the Shaquille O'Neals, the Charles Barkley's, whoever, Scottie Pippen's, whoever you want. Scottie Pippen's 25th on the list. Kevin Durant is 22nd.
Iverson is what?
Iverson was 46. Kevin Durant is 22nd. Stephen Curry is 23rd. All right. So, guys, ladies, what do y'all think about this list? And who would y'all personally have in your top? Because this is what I'm believing. This is how the top 5 is going to boil down.
Jordan.
LeBron is going to be 5th, I believe. If LeBron is not 5th, I promise you, we will have another discussion about this next week. But LeBron is 5th. Wilt Chamberlain is 4th. Magic or Kareem is interchangeably 2 or 3, but I believe Magic will probably be 3, and then Kareem will be 2nd. Because Kareem's, he's an all-time leading scorer in NBA history. So, and then Michael Jordan obviously is 1. But do you guys, how do you guys see this list? What do you guys think of this list? I mean, just even Kevin Durant being ranked number
25.
You know, what do you guys think of Kevin Durant even being ranked 22nd, and Stephen Curry being ranked 23rd, and Scottie Pippen being 25? What do y'all think about this list? Let me hear. Tamara, let me hear your thoughts first. What do you think?
Never shot. No, yeah. I want to hear you.
You want me to go? I will go.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
Let me go.
Yeah, you say something because I don't know if you get a chance, bro. Yeah, you can say something. Yeah, man.
There's discrepancies all over this. Like Bill Russell, number 7. LeBron gonna be in the top 5. That's what it's projecting to be. Man, this list is all over the place. They got it was like you said, Iverson at 46.
Chris Paul is 29th.
Chris Paul 29th. And they have Curry and Durant in the top 25. People who haven't even finished their seasons, even a player who hasn't even gotten the ring. I don't know what they were trying to judge off of this list, but they were not accurate in some of these spots. I feel like Bill Russell definitely need to be high because he's definitely one of the best defensive players in the league. He's 11 championships out of the 13 seasons he played. He got 11 championships.
That's crazy, man.
That is crazy.
He was really never unhappy,
bruh.
So those 2 years he lost.
Right.
Well, yeah. Well, he
probably was hurt
a little bit. I mean, he still had 11 though.
Go ahead. You say he's already a good loser. Go ahead, Colin.
And then people on this list who's have a whole lot more wins than my man's LeBron. This list is all over the place. I'm not agreeing with this a whole lot. I definitely think they're projected to have LeBron in number 5, Will Chamberlain number 4, like you said, and Magic 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at number 2, and Jordan at 1. I feel like LeBron should be a little bit lower, and Bill Russell need to be up higher for his amazing work. It would make, I think, definitely though, because they went over championships and stuff like that. Definitely keep Jordan at number 1 because he was just the best all around.
All right, Rashawn, go ahead.
All right, so I want to first start off with somebody tried to call in when phone was working again, but he was like, he made a good point. If Jordan is 1A and Kobe is 1B, if that's how they look at him for his whole career, like it's 1A and 1B, why is Kobe 12th on this list?
Bruh.
Shouldn't it be 1 and 2? If that's how if everybody's like he's the next thing closer to Jordan, he's the second best player closer to Jordan. Why is he 12? So I agree with the person caller who said that. But this list, I want to start off with Steph Curry. I want to start Steph Curry.
You went right to
everybody.
Reigning MVP.
My man's played 5 seasons, 6 seasons, 7 seasons,
Incredible
7 seasons, and you have him at 23. He's had 3 good seasons. He's had 3 good. Okay, he's probably great seasons. He only had 3 of those. Who makes this list? You have Iverson.
Stephen Curry has played for 7 seasons. Yeah, 2000. He got drafted in 2009. So yeah, you're right. Yeah,
right.
Who made this list? You have Iverson. If is it 46?
46.
Yeah.
And guess where Isaiah Thomas is?
Where's Isaiah Thomas?
26.
Right.
The man won multiple championships. He's a Finals MVP, 11-time All-Star.
And you have him at 26.
26.
He's a.
You have some people who try to put him in the debate as best players of all time, and you have him at 26. You have him at 26. You have Allen Iverson at 46.
Oh my God.
The man who changed the crossover. They had to change the rule in the league because his crossover was so deadly. One of the best scorers of all time.
Because of AI.
Oh, God.
He was unstoppable. You have him at 46.
Oh,
You have. I don't know. I don't know if I can say Chris Paul. So, where you got Chris Paul? But this Steph Curry, this Durant.
That's crazy.
Durant is deadly. Durant is deadly. But I don't think he's 22 right now. Especially now with Scottie Pippen, who,
And
like
with
we
no
said, was
win.
LeBron of his time.
Yeah.
Now this top 5.
Oh.
When I heard 20 through 6, and I didn't hear LeBron's name mentioned, my heart said, I said, what? I said, where's LeBron? I said, where's LeBron? I heard Kobe. I heard Kobe, and I was like, okay, LeBron should be next. No, LeBron. I said, where's LeBron?
Where's LeBron?
Now all I hear in my head is LeBron James. LeBron James, you're number 5. LeBron James. This list lost all credentials, all credibility to me once LeBron's name get mentioned. The only way this list would be credential for me down, you cannot put LeBron on this list. You cannot put him. He cannot fit in
LeBron.
No, because they already did everybody else. You cannot put him on this list in top 5. If he's on this list lose all value. It doesn't mean a thing. Whoever these analysts are, get fired.
Get fired.
Quit doing your job.
Again.
Come in to work late every day, get fired. Because
Don't do your
y'all making
job,
this list
just get fired.
is awful. Now, for my top 5, who I agree 1 and 2 is Jordan and Kobe, because they're That's all we've been comparing to Jordan. That's 1 and 2. Number 3, you gotta go Magic. You gotta go Magic. The way he impacted the game as a point guard, could play all 5 positions. You gotta go Magic. Number 4,
Kareem.
Huh?
Kareem.
Nah, it's crazy, right? I have a Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, Hakeem.
One of the most
Hakeem
over him and Shaq are I'd say the 2 most impactful
Not
big
Kareem?
mans that played.
Not Kareem.
Not
5.
Kareem.
I have Kareem at 5.
What about Will
Kareem
Chamberlain?
at 5.
I have Kareem at 5.
What about Will Chamberlain?
I know. I don't have Will Chamberlain in my top 5.
Yo, Rashad always makes sure during every show.
I
he
mean,
says
you can't have everybody in the top 5. I mean, it's only 5
You're
people.
right, exactly. I just didn't anticipate Hakeem Olajuwon over Shaquille O'Neal and Kareem.
It's
The sky hook.
the Dream Shake though.
I know the dream shake,
Shake,
but
though.
the sky hook was the most unguardable move
It
in
was.
basketball.
It was.
And it still
it's
is.
still unguardable.
Yeah.
But the Dream Shake though.
Oh.
Okay, look, he leads in blocks. He's leading the league in blocks.
And Kareem
It's leading
Abdul-Jabbar is the
points.
leading
It's leading the score.
He's a big man.
He is a big man.
He played for Magic.
Okay, when I say most impactful, I don't want to say most dynamic because most dynamic is Shaq. Most impactful. I mean, I still have him in my top 5. You act like I took this man out the top 5, took him out the top 10. You asked me who I feel like.
You said no, he's not. Shaq's not in your top 5. Like, you
He's
said
not.
5 is Kareem, and
Yeah,
so I mean Shaq is falling out of the top 5 for you.
Shaq's. I can't have all these Lakers because then I sound biased. Then I sound biased.
You're not biased for having Shaq.
Then I
He's just a
sound no.
great
If I
player.
have that's 3 Lakers already have. You're gonna be like, bro, you're a Lakers fan, you're biased. So no, because you have those people. You have those people. That
Lakers were great players.
They were great players. So I mean, Celtics were great players. There's a lot of great players.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's go on. Go ahead.
So that's how I see my list. LeBron James. I don't think he belongs in the top 10 yet. He's not a winner. He's not a closer.
Man.
LeBron James. If Kobe can't make top 10, the list lose all credibility. When LeBron makes top 5, it definitely loses it.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. Okay, not top 5.
I thought you was about
LeBron don't deserve top 5.
Who is your?
I
I'm curious now.
I can't do this.
I don't disagree with her with LeBron being a top 10 player.
Top 10 player, not top 5.
And Kobe's not.
LeBron's not.
And Kobe's not.
I'm not. Kobe Bryant's a top 10 player.
He wasn't on this list. So if he's not on this list, LeBron doesn't need to be on this
Okay,
list.
so let's extend it. Top 10 then. If you extend top 10, who is the top 10?
You have your Tim Duncans.
Get Tim Duncan. Okay. So
Yeah, you're LeBron.
So where's Shaq? Shaq wasn't
Let
in the
me
top
finish
5.
my list.
I'm sorry.
I gave 2 names.
I'm sorry.
You got go ahead, Britt. You got
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We ain't about to Kanye me out here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We ain't about to Kanye me out here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You got your Tim Duncan. You got your Shaq. Just about to explode because I'm sorry. You got me so crazy. You got Tim Duncan. You got Shaq. You got LeBron. Who am I excluding from this list? Who?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh yeah. Huh?
You doing top 10?
I'm doing my top 10.
Okay.
No, he's one. He's one.
Yeah,
I already did my 5.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and that 9.
Dwayne Wade.
Didn't you already say 4 players?
That's my list.
So,
Didn't you already say 4 players?
I think Dwayne Wade's really creative.
and Dwayne, the funny thing is Dwayne Wade's like ranked behind Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant.
He is.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, he's ranked behind both those guys.
I can't continue.
So top 5. I can't put LeBron James in the top 5. The man's career has been. It speaks for itself. My man,
Loser.
he's not. I mean,
He's not a loser.
Regular season. He has that page.
I mean, he done
LeBron's
well
not
because
a loser.
he makes every team he goes to better.
Yeah, he's taking them. See, that's the thing, because he's just played teams that are better.
Other players have it.
No, but
I mean,
he's
it's
played.
true, but-
Magic Johnson lost 5 championships.
But he's a winner though.
But he's a winner.
I'm just saying, Magic Johnson also was lost. I mean, and Kobe's lost.
Lost is Jordan.
Yeah, so
Exactly. That's why he's number 1.
They all had losses. They've all had losses. So I can't say LeBron's the man on his career. He averages 27 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds.
He's a good player. He's not.
He's a good player.
He's a great
I'm not saying he's
player.
not. I agree he's not a top 5 player. I mean, it's great. He's not good.
You can't settle with
Y'all
good.
Bro.
really about to do it like that?
5
What do you mean?
MVP,
He's
4
LeBron.
MVPs. 4 MVPs.
LeBron is good. Like LeBron is good.
He's good. Don't come on.
4 MVPs.
Can't strike the man like that.
Right? 2 NBA finals MVPs. Multiple defensive player
Right,
of
he's
the year,
been to the finals like for the
all-time
past 5
defense.
years.
Yeah, defense selections. Yeah, first team defense selections.
So is Shaq. So is Jordan. I'm just saying.
But look, Jordan's number 1.
And those people are great.
No, see, watch us. Let's do something reckless and put Jordan like 2 or 3.
Shaq was an
Chill.
all-time.
Watch me do something reckless like that.
No, Jordan.
No, they'll never
Shaq
do
was
that.
a 3-time all-time defensive selection. LeBron's been multiple defense selections his whole career.
Mhm.
I'm not taking away from how good he is. He's not top 10. He's not top 5. He's not top 5.
Okay, I
Okay,
agree with
yeah,
him
he's
not
not
being
top
top 5. I agree, but
But you can't give him top 10.
Top 10. Let me give y'all top 10.
No.
Let me give y'all these top 10.
the names you were listing, LeBron wasn't going to be in the top 10.
Yeah,
The trajectory you were going on your list, LeBron wasn't going to fall in the top 10.
I said 2 names.
I'm-
and you cut me off and
I'm
like,
sorry,
No
but
Shaq.
no, I was astonished. No, I stopped you at when you put Hakeem on there. That's when I stopped
yeah.
you. I just can't believe Hakeem. Hakeem won 2 championships. Yeah,
over Kareem.
you know,
And
yeah,
his teams wasn't as good as these other teams.
his team was pretty good. Yeah, he had spot up shooters and everything. Kenny Smith on his team and everything. You know.
As good as these, like, these LeBron. Yeah, he way better than LeBron.
Yeah, this is LeBron teams. LeBron's taking us to the
But
finals. I mean,
LeBron James a loser.
can
He
he
can't win.
played
Oh my
with
God.
Clyde also? I mean,
I'm just saying. You ask my opinion. That's why I feel like should have been around that time.
Oh, man. Oh,
I'm
man.
just saying.
I don't. Okay, man. Wow.
You don't see a kid
My top 5 personally. I get what people say with the Kobe thing. Since Kobe is the Jordan of our era, why isn't he number 2? But it's one of those things that he didn't go 6 for 6, but then he also played a part in him and Shaq splitting up. Because Kobe could have went on to win 7, 8. Who knows? Who honestly knows? Like I honestly feel like if they stayed together, they would have won 8 championships. Because Shaq leaves and goes to Miami and wins one with Dwayne Wade. So you don't break that team up. I mean, who knows what happens? But
They take away from his greatness because he broke the team up.
No, I'm not saying.
Team up.
Hey, apparently it takes away from it because Terrell Owens didn't get into the Hall of Fame, and
He
apparently,
did not
apparently.
get because of that.
yeah, bruh, come
Come
on. Terrell Owens
the
had the
criticism.
numbers. The reason why T.O. didn't get into the Hall of Fame is because of all the locker room stuff.
Because these
But-
fellas don't know what they're doing.
Oh, I mean, I agree that T.O. needs to be in there. I agree T.O. needed to be there. But besides that, I mean, Kobe's thing for me, Kobe's thing for me is he even when his team, when he didn't have Shaq per se, his teams were exited out of the first round by Steve Nash's Phoenix Suns. You know what I'm saying? When Shaq left, even though Kobe did everything he could do. Kobe did everything he could. I mean, the man averaged 35. He averaged 30 in those seasons. You know what I mean? But there were times that you could question his leadership. I mean, even though he didn't have a team around him. So even getting them into the first round of playoffs was amazing. But I mean, I just it's difficult because then you ask like who's the greatest Laker of all time, stuff like that. And it's just like I don't even know.
Kobe.
But for me, my list, but Magic's been to the finals 10 times, bro. That's great, man.
So I mean,
That's
Larry Bird basically did it too.
Larry Bird didn't go as many
He
times as
goes many,
Magic.
but
Yeah,
he
he didn't go as many
Basically,
times
all
as
those
Magic.
matches was basically
Yeah,
Lakers Celtics.
No, I mean Magic.
Bird.
The ones that Magic lost were to Larry, but he also lost them to the Bad Boy Pistons.
Yeah.
But Larry didn't make as many as Magic did. I mean, Larry's one of the greatest players of all time. Also, that's why he's 6.
He's top.
But for me,
Forgot about my man Larry.
yeah, for me, my list would have to be Michael. I had to put Kareem, man, because Kareem is unguardable. Like the sky hook, like nobody could guard it. And the man is the leading scorer of all time. He's a multiple-time MVP, multiple-time champion. And then I have to put Magic because Magic was a winner. There's no doubt about it. Magic was a winner, and he led Showtime. You know, what I mean, what we're seeing from the Warriors now, Magic and them did it back in the '80s and in the '70s. You could say, well, more so the '80s. The '80s was their period, but yeah, the '80s. That's what Magic and them were doing. And then I would say that's 3 people right there. Okay, 4th. This is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets difficult. Because for me, Shaquille O'Neal was the most unstoppable force in basketball. Like, nobody could stop Shaq in his prime. Nobody could deal with Shaquille O'Neal. But I would say Wilt Chamberlain. And it's the only thing about these lists, because then you get clogged up with centers in your top whatever. Because think about it. If I finish this list out with Wilt or Shaq, that's 3 centers in the top 5. And it's just, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of the skill players. Kind of it's hard, man. But I would definitely say I'd probably say Shaq 4th, and then Wilt 5, and then I agree with Larry Bird being 6th. 7th, I would put Tim Duncan. I mean, 5 championships and never having a losing season speaks for itself. I mean, the man has had Greg Popovich his whole career, but I mean, you're great just off of that in itself. Then I put Bill Russell, because I mean, 11 championships, like Khalid said, when you only played 13 years, I might even switch those two, honestly. And then I would put Kobe right there. I think, what am I at? 8? Yeah, I put Kobe at 8. And then I would put, because Oscar Robertson was great, man. I put Oscar Robertson 9, and I put Hakeem Olajuwon 10th. Yeah,
LeBron not even in the top 10.
LeBron's 11th. LeBron's 11th. Because I remembered Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson was great. And honestly, because these ABA players don't get the credit, like Julius Erving and them, they won championships in the ABA, but they don't carry over to the NBA, but they also won in the NBA. So, and Oscar Robertson is the only player to average a triple-double. I mean, that speaks for itself. I mean, that's just great. Season. I mean, Oscar Robertson was doing what LeBron is doing now before LeBron even came to existence. So that speaks for itself. And he didn't even play in the NBA his whole career. So imagine if all his accolades from the ABA carried over to the NBA. That's greatness. But that's going to wrap it up for today, y'all. It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day on WODU Studios, the best in college radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at KBR Sports, where you can see our past shows and past segments. And also subscribe to the WODU live YouTube channel, where you can see past shows and other shows as well, like Tamara's in the future, which will be coming on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock in the morning. And follow WODU Studios on Twitter, where you see they tweet about all the shows that come on this network, and also follow KBR underscore sports, so you can see all the things that go on with KBR Sports, where we tweet the links and segments for the show. And anybody that wants to join in on the debate, you can call in at 757-683-4405, so you can engage in debate like with us, like 2 callers did today. But yeah, and make sure you tell everybody to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe to both channels, and tell them make sure you check out all the other shows on WODU Live. All right, y'all. Have a great day.